Hello, today I'm going to present to you a new data access extension prototype to connect to Mongo sources. First of all, let's go and take a look at what a Mongo source looks like. As you can see, it's very different from the usual tabular structure that we're accustomed to. This collection has nested collection in it, and we want to be able to provide to the end user a proper user experience when connecting and trying to acquire data in Mongo for further analysis in Lumira. So let me connect to my database, and in this particular case I'm going to use a Bitcoin database for which in this, as part of this data acquisition, I'm first going to extract a thousand rows to get my data access experience. So from this from this sample collection, I'm going to extract the structure of the underlying collections. And as you can see, there is various sets of properties. If I hover upon one of those nodes, I have some simple data profiling of that particular property that is being presented to me. In this case, this BPI is the exchange rate with the US dollar for the Bitcoin on that particular day. So I'm going to take this information. I'm also going to take the date. And you notice as well that this ring, this partial ring, corresponds to the frequency with which that particular property is present in each row of the collection. I'm going also to take the hash, so the unique identifier of the blockchain, and the number of the T count, which corresponds to the number of transactions in a blockchain. Now, as you can see, each of those blockchain has nested collections, and which corresponds to the various transactions. And I may want to decide to have these, when I acquire them, to have them as rows or as columns added to my data set. In this case, I want to add them as rows, and I want to get all of the values of each of the transactions. So going a little bit further, here I'm getting the value, and I want to also get the address. So these addresses are the unique identifiers of the people involved in those transactions. So once I'm happy, I've got all the data that is necessary for my analysis, and I can acquire it. And at this point, this is the query is run and flattened and inserted into Lumira. So now I'm going just to fast forward because I am in a standard Lumira workflow, and just present to you an infographic that I built on top of this data set, just to show you what you can do with it. And so this infographic talks about the history of Bitcoin, and all of those data, all of this data set is coming from this particular is coming from the Mongo database that I've been connecting to. And so it shows a little bit the history of the Bitcoin. Thank you for your attention.